Well, tutuse ku nkomerero eya week olwaleero. It's Friday. We usually do it a different way, and today I am in the mood wearing my own daughter's work. Okay, thank you so much, Maria, for this beautiful chithink. It's amazing. Yes, happy birthday to you, Anna Joyce Navaka. You gave us hope in the lifetime of uncertainty. Monitoring your growth from day one to year one is a life-changing experience. Your willpower and inner beauty knows no limits. We love you, our princess, our only Muzungu in the family. Happy first birthday from Uncle Peter Serwanga, Aunt Mary, and Braylon Joshua. Bakwagaliza birungi berere, the only Muzungu in the family. Also, belated happy birthday greetings go out to you, Mrs. Claire Chirabo, CEO, Hand Carry Supermarket. 2 more years of being nice to me and your family, dear. Remember how far the Lord has brought you. Don't forget what God has done for you. Rejoice in who you are today. Renew your faith, love, and hope in God as you celebrate your day. More life, good wins, good health, and best in everything you do. Lots of love from Betty. Yes, Betty Matov there. Greetings to her friend Claire. Welcome to the show once again. We have another actor on the set. Tetugenda kubanga tuzanya Katemba, but tugenda kwa tutegeera life ye. Why did he choose Katemba? Where does he come from? How far has it been for him? MWASUZE MUTYA. A few years ago, we had Michael Wawuyo Senior on the set. Natunyumiza Emboozi. He was an amazing storyteller. Lero tuyina mutabani we Michael Wawuyo Jr. You've seen him on the TVs. Yes, lero yalo. He tells me he's shy. So tutuza kubera n'abantu babiri abali shy ku set. So today I'm not shy at all. Yes, Michael Wawuyo Jr. wali wano, he's been acting for 15 years and over. Okuva, that is professionally. Na yenga yazanya kubanga yakulira mu family ya kuzanya. He also has a story of a sickly mother that he would like to share also, right? Okay, MWASUZE MUTYA.
Bulungi naye MWASUZE MUTYA.
Mbadde manyi togenda kumanya Luganda.
Ndogera mpola I really
mpola wakulira America?
Nedda. Nakulira wano e Kampala.
Wasomera, we have to look for that school. Abana bali basoma oba bana wasomera mu masomera ga Ambrosolia go.
Nasomera Lohana Academy, and of course at that time we were not allowed to speak Luganda in school.
Vernacular. Chisati mwali mwambala bine ekigumba.
No, they were not.
Ekikutiya.
They would just punish you. You kneel down outside your class. You raise your hands and kneel. So yeah, it was. I flew to learn Luganda. So
even at home, ngamogera Luzungu.
Yes, sadly. At home we'd speak English with a bit of Luganda with the helps. And that's how I got to know the scanty Luganda that I understand right now.
Hatuberera mwangu nzenga puyandi mu mood ya Luganda. Oba lerebere lecture yesoka in Luganda.
Bambi.
Okay, bakuzala Mbale, right?
Banzala wano Kampala.
Yeah? That way tugamba we Mbale.
Yeah. Yeah, mani. But I was born here in Kampala, Mulago.
Mudwaliro, oba Mulago mu outskirts.
No Mudwaliro. It was in a hospital, and 80 something.
80 something. Okonye ne 15 emyaka.
So anyway, yeah, I was actually. One thing I wanted to say, I was born with this deformity. It's
which one?
Club foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if my parents did not have the knowledge to know that can be corrected, I would be, that child would be crawling on the ground with his feet like this. So yeah.
So bakusiba mangu ngochali.
Yeah, for about 6 months or more. So yeah.
Okay, you born number what?
3
out of
4.
Ooh. musajja nga yatukola ekigambo obwana buna bwe buti.
Because I am the only boy for my mother.
Okay.
Yeah, so and I'm the third because I've got my two older sisters, Diana, Doreen, Baliweru. They're Bali London.
Even with your too much English. You said I'm not living in Uganda.
Oh, he said no one here in Kampala. So yeah, I was.
Okay, and you went to school. You were born in Mulago, but where did you used to stay?
In Tinda. At least that's what I remember. When I was a child, I was told we were staying in Bukoto, Brown Flats, or Muse was staying there. But then we moved to Ntinda, that's where I grew up from. Ntinda, Semawata Road. I literally was raised and born
there. Went to school there.
Not on Semawata.
Got married there. Everything there.
There. Yeah.
Okay, but have you been to Mbale before?
Yeah, I've been to Mbale. I tried out some couple of projects in Mbale as well.
Projects? That is business?
Yeah,
or
business.
Acting?
No, I've not gone there to do acting.
You're into business as well?
Yeah, the one I was doing with a cousin of mine, we were doing some farming.
Oh.
Yeah, so but this is recently.
Oh, Matoke, there's too much Irish that side. So which one were you doing?
It's Matoke, it's maize, Kamakanda.
Their Matoke is watery though.
Yeah.
Very watery. Even the Irish, I think that soil there is too fertile. It's over fertile. Nasomera Mbale. So I ate a lot of boom. Actually, you bumonde jibwansamira. Mbale ayo.
Ayo, okay.
Eyo bumonde gye bwantamira kozi nali njagala nnyo obumonde newe nagende Mbale nembulya nnyo n'akajanja naye nga bulina engeri bulinga obulimu amazinga nembukendeezaako kajanja n'amatoke gaabwe era gali bwe gatya.
But I've been to Mbale so many times. It's where I come from. I come from a place called Ruahaha.
Ruahaha sounds like it's in the west.
It's Ilwa. And they said,
I know Nakaloke. That's where the university is around.
Oh,
there.
Yes.
Which other place do I know?
That's it.
I know others. I've forgotten the names. There's that place. I've forgotten. Because I remember Nakaloke.
Yeah.
Okay, so where did you go to school?
I went to...
Lohana?
Yeah, Lohana. But I began from actually Nakasero.
Primary
for P1, but I don't have much of a memory there. I don't really remember. But yeah, but Lohana. And then I went to Sao Paulo as well, Sao Paulo Kagwa, and yeah.
No matter primary, then secondary school.
Secondary, I did Ginger College, Jiko. Yeah. It's a powerful school. That is a school that actually took out that childish thing in me. That
you were very childish, being mommy's only boy.
You know,
growing up among girls.
Yeah. Chejo. I was stubborn, but I had also Chejo. I was like a stubborn child, but I had Chejo as well. But yeah. In fact, that's why I got the first, yeah.
That's the first time you were beaten?
In Sao Paulo by teachers.
What did you do?
You know, like different things. You know, you're failing a math.
You didn't like math?
I wasn't a fan. I mean, now we're stuck with numbers. We have to have all these numbers all the time. But I was not such a fan of math.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was the least performed, even at primary level.
Even at primary level, yeah. Yeah.
Now we have to.
There was a time in my Dalunes, I think I failed math or something, and I got my report and tore it.
Oh. Senior
because he was extremes of both for him. When we were growing up, he was extremes of both. He was, when you do something nice, he'd be very happy with you, and he would show it. When you do funny, he would run you over with a train.
He trained. Not yali mukambwe chimala only a train.
Yeah, but and he reverses it. But anyway, yeah, so I took this report and ninjikweka mu
bag.
Mu bag. Najikweka mu envelope or but I hid it somewhere. So he found it and
yakubuza report eriwanti tebampadde. Batugambe mujazi kima.
We shall pick report
at the beginning of the term. At the beginning of the term.
I'm sure telling the story somewhere laughing. Yeah, so he gets the report, he finds it himself. Finds it himself and he stitched it together properly. He framed it, he has it there in a frame. Kiboko is avuga.
Yali agimenye kiboko oba yabangawo wansi w'ekitanda.
No. He never used to keep sticks under his bed or whatever. We had a fence. Kind of fence. We had a fence of Christmas tree. Sedero. Hey. Now he would just get in the branch like this and swing and pick it. Me and my it was me and my follower, the one I follow. Yeah, Doreen. She's we were
katikolo ogenda okudda osanga report eri mu frame. Akulinze bwati agikutte frame banga yagiwanise ku meza.
He has it. Anytime I say ngwa, he is putting the report in the news.
So the marks were very bad.
Not that they were very bad. Me, by the way, I would perform not so badly. I was not the best student in school.
You were a mediocre there.
Isn't it mediocre? I did like to really, like, I think it was Dalu. Just
Chejo
Dalu. But I loved the arts though. I was very good at the arts. I was very brilliant with the English, the literatures, the geographies, the histories. Those ones.
Math, physics.
Kind of physics. I would kugeza ko a bit. I would understand that.
Where is X?
X here. Why you me find X?
Abacus.
Yeah, but
so you came back home?
I came back home and he showed me a report. Naswala. Emboozi and yeah, he kept the report up. Now he has it. He will tell me anytime I say when he's pinning it in the media.
Akubira butasema bulungi akubira kuyuza report.
Kuyuza report no kumunimba. He is somebody who would never like to be lied to, and I think because peer pressure or something at school, kids start to pick up funny habits, start to tell small white lies. Where's your report? I don't know where your report is. Kumbe you are fearing math. So
what demo do you use?
But yeah. Yes, no. He actually was a soldier. He did some. By the time he was doing that, I wasn't born really. But story has it that he did. He was in the army. He trained in Algeria. He's highly trained, and when he came back, he quit the army for some reason. There's a whole reason why he quit the army.
He looks like an army man.
But he was extremes of both. Me, what I liked about him, he was our friend. He is our friend up to now. When we were happy, when we made him happy at home, he would show you, he would not. He was not the dads who were closed in and not want to show affection.
So yeah. he was that dad who didn't spare the road.
Yeah, he never spared it.
First, I gave you my name, my full name, and here you are embarrassing me.
You know.
Yali anonya namudira mu bigere ate abere ngwanguli. Do you even know what ngwanguli means?
Ngwanguli, I can understand it. I can understand ngwanguli. I can get the context of ngwanguli.
Okay. So Ginger High School.
Ginger
College, yes. Yeah. Wawuyo, you went to uni.
No, Ginger College, I went to MUTYA College as well. Yeah, but in school, that's the time I was trying to discover who I was. That's the time I tried to start to discover who really I was, what I wanted to do or what I liked doing. It all began in Jinja College. It was a school that told me I can actually dance. Farida, they put us here, put me and you here, by the way.
Where's Sirikiri? We put you here.
I was joking.
Where it ends.
I was joking.
You see your life?
No, but anyway, I was a dancer in school. I became Mr. Jiko.
Hey,
yeah.
You were that handsome?
No, but not really about, it was a boys' school. And boys, to become that title in school, it's not about how cute you are or how handsome you are, really. It was
it more about character?
Character, IQ, talent, can you dance, can you represent the school outside it? When we travel to other schools, can you represent the school? So for me, that's the time I figured I liked the whole, performing.
Drama thing.
Yeah, leave drama. Even drama, I have not even really touched about drama. Yeah, drama I was doing by the way, meanwhile, taking you back a bit. As a child, acting was my only game.
In primary?
Yeah, was my only game.
Yes.
I didn't like football. Till today, I still don't watch football. It is funny. My friends find it so weird. Do
you even know which teams play in the Premier League?
They can play all they want, and
you don't care.
I will not be. See, with Manchester, and people are so worked up about it, and I'm okay. So I never really liked football. I never understood the concept of it, of how people, how 22 men
can tussle out for just one ball.
Yes, I never got that concept until today. So I was, as a child, I'd be picked up from school, taken to like theater. Maybe my dad had a rehearsal or something like that, and I'd watch. I'll just like watch him do his thing. They'll be rehearsing. They'll have all these scripts that they're having in their hands, and I did not know or understand cheating in a mass like bakulachi, like But then when I understood that this is acting, because I'll be told, Junior, sit there, keep quiet, we are working. Shh, silence on set.
Who are those now?
The directors, my dad, I remember there was his co-actors, Irene Kolabako, Charles Mulekwa, Dr. Charles Mulekwa. Yeah, so I became fascinated by that.
Still at primary level?
Still primary level. I became very fascinated by that, and I never understood it, but I was interested. So I would
Daddy Achikola intentionally to interest you?
No, he was never intentional about it. I think it was as a to make me wait for him as he finishes what he's doing. Then, but as in the process of waiting, and his films and things like that. So yeah. So I'd go home and gather the entire neighborhood, my friends. Nempanika script ekiro.
Scripting ngo juwandika.
Script nenjuwandika ekiro. Kumacha enkeya, and I would go to their places, to their doors. Our neighbors, Mama Sandra, her children, they're still my friends up to now. Baroni, Basandra, Bani, I would get there.
No,
and I showed him the script. I said, this is the script.
What do you script?
This part, bad guy, then me, I'm the good guy. I'd give myself the good pass all the time. Yeah, so I'd make them act. Would cut these jerry cans and create cameras.
That's in primary school?
Primary school. Would cut jerry cans and make a camera shape like this. We remove the top, this 20 liter, we'd remove the top. It's like scorpion like this. And we make a camera, we put it on a stand on tripod. How you see this tripod? See, I put it 3 sticks like this, and we put the jerry can there.
But you were that attentive at the shoots.
I was seeing. I would see what they were using, and I never understood how to, but somehow we replicated them locally at home.
Well, wow. We're taking another break. The first break. So in Michael Wawuyo Jr. He's a movie actor. Atubulira Emboozi. Toba. that's a scene taken from the movie Girl in a Yellow Jumper.
Yeah,
did I get it right?
In the Yellow Jumper, yeah.
Yes. Michael Yalimo, Nedad Womulabye, there was Maurice Curia.
Yeah, Maurice Curia.
Who was that guy, American?
Morocco Mari. Yazanye mu Empire or Empire.
And new debate here, God in the Yellow Jumper on Twitter. Okay, so he's acted in quite a number of them. Murimo, The Blinded, there's 16 Rounds, there's Mercy of the Jungle, Sarah's Notebook, and Siwe, The Funeral Scene, and you'll be telling us which one of those was your favorite or was the easiest acting.
I don't want to be chucked by the directors. You didn't pick my film as the best.
But your character cheya singo kunyomera.
I think by the time I take on a character, they banjagade. Like
go where on did that?
Or Lucy. Sometimes, but most times you're offered a role. They give you a role and say, hey, can you track this role? And I'm like, yeah, scratching it down. So for me it was Blinded, no, Funeral Scene.
The other one, Gaina
Cancer. The character was a challenging character.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I had stage 4 liver cancer, and I had to look the part.
So you work all over to become like that?
I lost the weight. I
deliberately
did my research. Yeah, I did.
Bakuwa miezi meka to do that? Because
it was a short film, we're given just like 2-3 weeks to that.
So you stabbed yourself?
Healthily. Healthily, because my parents were even scared. Then my mom was like, Olikuchi, what's this nonsense you're trying to show us? So yeah, but for me, challenge-wise, it took a lot because there was lots of research involved. I had to go to the Cancer Institute there, Mulago. Had to lose weight, drink water, just eat apples and whatever, just fruits that just can make you cut
for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I was small, but yeah. Then 16 Rounds as well. 16 Rounds was a beautiful piece by Lukman.
Yeah. Okay, so what is how you get interested in this whole thing? Kuchalo we food the star.
Yeah, food the star.
Or so called movies. Then you take on that, even to high school.
I know, of course, as you get older, you start to, people start to refuse to play with those things. So I had to find other things to do. Now I found a niche in singing music. Mama.
Wali muyimbi. Wayimba nyimba chi.
Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. I was the first to do ice cream.
Do you even remember how it goes?
The video is there on YouTube. The video you could YouTube. No. No.
I knew you don't remember.
No, but I know the song, my ice cream. But I remember we did a video, to talk on a video. But all that was trying to do soul searching, I thought I wanted to be a triple threat.
Triple threat? To who?
Sing, dance, act. In the business, basically.
Wayimba D, at what stage of your life? Before you started serious acting?
Yes, before I began serious acting. I was still in high school actually. It was Form 6 VAC. That's when I did ice cream with a girl called Basu. Twakola ice cream, Basu, wherever you are, Mkutumide.
So for YouTube, you can
ice cream. Yes, you just find Michael Wawuyo, you find ice cream. But what am I telling you? Because that ice cream, it is very embarrassing. I don't know what I was thinking. And Muzei keeps telling me, Namu.
What was that?
No. He says, Namusala Kavuru. Because he wanted to be like these parents who go and watch their children in the Kavuru. But me, I decided to become an actor. So I did some songs. No, I did like 3. 2 of which saw the light of day.
Which ones?
Another one, I collaborated with a friend of mine, him on campus. It's called, he's OPU. Katimuyimbi, he's a rapper for him.
OPU.
Akola hip hop. So he was doing hip hop, yo man. man, Ganzemia I was singing, I was doing the chorus. So, and then I was trying to even being in all these video vixen. I was like a video vixen. You're being in this one's video. You're being my cousin's video. The Tom, the Mace Mayanja, and the movie videos. Desire.
All now wezu.
Gani mkwezula. I'm trying to understand. Do you want music? Do you want music? How the people would say, do you want music? Or you want to do, like, what do you want? And then also, I wanted to be a lawyer. I was like trying to find myself.
Before joining music, you wanted to be a lawyer? Yes.
You know, in school, you ask you what do you want to do. When you're still in high school, you're still in primary school, what do you want to become? And you say, I want to do law. You know, I want to be a lawyer. I want to you know, tussle out cases legally in court and represent and fight for justice, and those things, they fascinated me. And I'd watched movies as a child that were legal related as well. Film Samuel Jackson, but it's A Time to Kill, and his lawyer played by, forget his actor's name, Matthew McConaughey, and I was fascinated by how he delivered. And as a kid, I was like, what, P6? But I was fascinated by his performance. And I said, that is it, I want to do law.
You want to be a lawyer?
Yeah. Took awali Mujunja College, Mujiko, dance.
Okola dance. Lawyer chona agenda okuzina party.
Nimuku dance, break dance, Michael Jackson, and yeah, so.
You be alone ebigweri. So mugenda kujuzaamu forms zineza kwa 6 za uni.
Yeah.
Ngojuzaamu choro. Longa teriko.
Of course. Longa teriko. Kwanga lo me nachizula mu form 6 and form 5 ntino omani. Sivyange. Respect people who do that. Kanchite. Let me just, you know, do something. And so I did information science. It's like IT, but it's not IT. It's like one of those things, data entry, university.
Did you agree with Dad? And Abikirokuwa is the type that would be very sure, course Jota Deco is ekufana na ojisobola.
There was a bit of argument, really, because that was what was offered to me at the university. So there was a bit of argument with my mom, and yeah, I went and did that course. I still don't know why. I'm really sorry, Muze, but I still don't know why I did that course. But yeah, I did that course. He had advised me to even do MDD. And I mean, thinking at that time, I thought MDD is not what I wanted to do. You know, there was a name they used to call MDD people. I don't want to use that name.
I know.
Yeah.
Moshi dala dala.
Moshi dala. Yeah, so I refused, and we had a whole. He said, I see you like this acting things, but I don't want MDD. It's a MDD. You know. So I did that course. I graduated. I had a second upper, and yeah, after that I had to try and get into the whole conversation of now what are you going to do with your life.
With your
my
dad?
Parents. Not just my dad, my parents. I come from a very close-knit family. Even my aunties on my mom's side, both on my mom's side and my dad's side. My aunties are also literally my mothers. They bankuza, you know, and for that I have lots of respect, and what they say I have to listen, because they've literally seen me from, you know. Yeah, so I was advised, more this industry. Even him himself, he was telling me that.
Ebya movie, ebya kuzanya, katemba.
Biveko.
Tebili msente. Ye yalita ina sente. Oba yali yazijja mu birala.
No, growing up, he raised us both on film and on a day job. He was working in Civil Aviation Authority, he did Coca-Cola. When I was really, really young, he was in Bell, and all these, he was in managerial positions, transport manager and stuff like that. However, he was juggling that with acting, because acting was his passion. So for me, as a child, mwana muto you were there olaba TV olaba Daddy ngamba Charlie, how did he get into this box that I'm seeing? You know, like how did he used to play me. So he raised us on both spheres of life. So I knew very well that yes, he wanted me to have a day job for stability and you know, you have this whole thing, because acting, still even in this country, acting, it's hard. Filmmaking is hard. It's hard to make in this country. I will specify in this country. It's hard to make a living of it. You know, you would have to be smart about it. You would have
even up to now. Even
up to now, it's getting better. I'm not saying it's still as wayward as it was before. No, but it's, sorry. It's okay. It's getting better, a lot better. However, it's still not something
where you wish it or expect
where we wish as filmmakers that it could be. You know, so. He raised us on that kind of thing. So no mulimu. I tried, gave my CV here, there, did my internships there, and UMI, Sagala, and it was like a 3-year conversation with my
was he supportive?
Yeah, by the way, he was very supportive about it. He was very, and it was funny, they were more supportive of me being a musician than when I said I wanted to do film. But yeah, he said he would take me to this theater, National Theater, there was a studio there. He said he would take me there.
Or recording a music.
And recording a music, Nembigana. I don't know, I loved music, but I think I didn't. Yeah, like you know when you just like something. Because for me, acting, I'll tell you for a fact, Farida, acting was my calling, is my calling.
By the time we want to kill Nedadioku arguing about that, and then the music thing, were you acting?
Yes. Acting, no, I hadn't done any acting at all at that time, because I just finished school. I was trying to figure out what to do.
Just haven't got the opportunity to express it.
I began feeling I can do this. So this is what I can do, you know. And much as they were not very welcoming about it, you know, and like any parent, you'd understand where they're coming from. It's a risky industry in this country here of ours. It's getting better, I will say that. I'll not be so pessimistic and say, Nenga, it was kind of risky, but he advised me accordingly.
So
yeah, so I began, you know, being his how do you call this? I began to be his apprentice, Cosette.
Okay.
I follow him around with his makeup bags. As one of his first students of special effects makeup. I call her special
effects makeup.
Yeah, I call her special effects makeup. You know what that is?
To look like the character.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's what. With scars, he makes you look older, and now he's even a different kind of level at that thing right now. So, so I carry around his bags, Cosette, and he film is still like now full time into film, but now he has his own production house. He's his own boss, and he's, you know,
Olinga assistant.
Say assistant with production, just set. Yeah, just following him around set, just learning this, learning that. And it was something like a hostel. That's when I first got into, you know, performing, and he never told me he was on hostel.
Mwali mwenewaka buli munga afunye ka gig naye nga buli mwaka sirikidde. Waki wali osirisa tomugamba daddy.
I didn't want him to quarrel.
How did the hostel scout you?
They announced. I remember they announced, I think at theater. Those days, nali ngenda kubuli audition. We audition at theater, and I am going there, and the Prince of Wawuyo, Bani, were just running for all those auditions. Line up to these ends of National Theater, of Serena. Sometimes even, you know, when these very, very big movies come. And yeah, so I auditioned. I auditioned for Dutch. And I was given Brother John by audition for Dutch. But Omara is the one who took it, took the part.
Dutch nange knows that I wanted you because
I would have
you
done.
seem calm. Brother John yali kusana.
Brother John was actually a great platform. It was great for all of us. It was.
Was it the first, very, very fast?
Professionally, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was the first one, and I remember it was the first one. Even working with my dad.
Yeah,
I think so. I will not speak for you.
Are there auditions where you were rejected?
Yes. Oh. Hey.
Yeah, which was the worst?
The worst was, I think, Queen of Katwe. Yeah, Queen of Katwe. That's the one I really felt like, okay, now I'm geared up into this. It's either this or nothing else. It's my plan A, B, C, D, E, so it must work. So I go for this audition. I'm called for it. We go toe to toe, and eventually Maurice Cure takes a part. And he's my friend, and so happy for him. But now we because they took us back. Yes, they took us back and forth, and we remained just the two of us. I think they took us back and forth for very many. We remained just the two of us, and then. But when I didn't get into that in the acting sphere, I got into I learned. That's the first film I began learning how to be behind the value. I understood the value of being an all-round filmmaker. When you can do certain things behind the camera, that you can also act in front of the screen. So yeah, it was that film that made me start to really appreciate crew and what they do. Okay,
character and personality. Brother John, while you're Mujamo, you just had to adjust.
Yes.
Act Brother John.
Yes, I had to know more about God. I had to start going to churches.
You were not a church person.
I was. Always, I'm not lying to you. Always, you know how young and what distracted you are. But then also for that particular role, I to research yafe ni Hope. Hope played by Eleanor Nawiso. So we'd go together at KPC Central, would pray, would join fellowships, would just to have that understanding of how omuntu ayeto omulokole bwabera beisa. So I was on those levels of research with Brother John. So there was bits and pieces.
That is way before the shooting started.
Yes, that's before the shooting and during the shooting, because it was a long shoot. We had 90 episodes. 90 episodes for 8 months. That's the only thing you do that year. So, yeah, me, Brother John had traits of myself, of my character, but now Brother John, no.
Brother John was a nice boy. So when we sang Kugondi ne Daddy, what was the reaction?
Jew. Bambita Jew. Jew.
Jew as in J-W.
J-U. Short for junior.
Junior. Yeah. Why not JR?
JR, I think, is too long for them to say. Biboa, then he stammers, and we come from a long line of stammerers, so he may delay them that word or junior.
So Nemwensanga Mutuka Akulaba
says Jew. What are you doing here? I'm like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? I said, I know I come to play a role. I'm doing a role. I got a job on this thing. I got a role. I'm playing Brother John, and he asked him, what did you be saying? I'm playing Mr. Magara. Mr. Magara was Helen Lukoma's father, Patra. Yes, he was playing Mr. Magara. I was shocked. We saw ourselves there.
Let's do this. Let's do this, boy.
Our characters never used to meet on set. Yeah.
Okay. Kale, we're going to take another break. Yes, Brother John, the mother herself, that soap showed here.
Yeah.
Was it a soap?
It was a soap, TV opera.
Yeah.
TV, soap opera.
Karagibwa wano nnyo kanyumira nnyo abantu nange kanyumiranga yono mulokole waffe wetuyina olwaleero. To come out of our TV, ne Spark TV kwetuline Michael Wawuyo Jr. He's a movie actor. Zanye movies nyingi nnyo. Breakthrough yogambye yali mu hostel.
I wouldn't call it like breakthrough, but it gave us a platform. Yet a platform, and I think for most of us that was the case. We had never been seen before. Nobody had really had, of at least me. So yeah, hostel was where we all got our first, most of us, acting platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after that, waito kyanonya wajeba jeba auditioning kati kuno ngobusimu bujja. Michael, do you want to do this?
No, still the audition. Yeah, of course there are those people who would approach you by the call, but then still you would audition, because I mean, what does it mean to be on hostel? You know, but it was a hit show. It was a hit show. I think I'm still very grateful to the producers of that show to give us who gave us that platform, the chance to.
Wano locally mwa fuka batabu.
East Africa, Africa, anywhere that had DSTV, even my abroad, even anywhere that had DSTV, yeah.
Okay, so watandikira uno nedali natandika kwesiga nagamba I think we should have done this even back then netubanga tuku preparing for this. It was a mistake for us.
He didn't say it like that, but
ngoba naye mwenyini wejjusa nagamba wasinga natwala MDD wange.
I think so. I began to wish I had actually done the whole studying bit about it.
So did you have to go back now to get more knowledge?
Yes, now that I do, and that's what I want to do and encourage every other filmmaker to do, because we cannot get better as filmmakers if we cannot upskill, if we cannot grow or better our craft. If you can't afford the school, then you can do your own personal research. So that's the level I am, because that school can be very expensive. However, if that cannot be afforded right now, what can be done to still achieve that? So that's what, yeah.
Okulaba obulabi movies nobera every day ngo ina movie jola can help you perfect this thing, right?
Not just okubulaba bulabi, also researching is broad. Reading about acting in general, you know, there's all this material. Now we're in the .com era. There's all this material on the net that you can, you know, make use of, take advantage of, and better yourself as a performer. Something many Ugandan actors don't want to do. Okay.
So internationally, Gondi Yogigio Chedwa yasinga okujayo awunofukira ddala star.
You got me no forget that
stuff. You recognized internationally, not just here.
It was Yellow Jumper. I would say that it's a Ugandan film, Yellow Jumper.
Yellow Jumper.
Yellow Jumper. The Girl in the Yellow Jumper.
Okay.
Because it's on Netflix.
It's a new one.
It's old. It's we shot this Twajizanya 2017, 18. It was supposed to come out 2020.
Then COVID
happened. Then cinemas were closed. Then the movie was shelved. However, recently it was picked up for Netflix, and yeah, so I think it's the one that has like
sealed it.
Yeah.
Sealed it. Because even Americans are looking for you everywhere.
Yeah. Everywhere. No, but you know, some have reached out. Some want to work with me. Different Nigerians, South Africans, even some filmmakers from LA have also reached out. So it's humbling, and it's a great thing for us as Ugandans. Really.
So when okubeera ku wano kungulu ku scene, the acting itself,
yeah,
kyali kinyuma for a young boy like you back then.
Yeah.
Then how do you join behind the scenes okuba mu production?
When I failed to get that job in Queen of Katwe, that role that Maurice Carrier took, I failed to get that role, and Chanumanyo, by the way, it really. But my Muse was also working on the film. He was doing locations, and so he said, you know what, it's cool. Just come and we see how we can work. So I jumped into the production locations. I became his assistant. From then on, I began learning the value of knowing what to do behind the camera, even if you're a performer predominantly. So I learned locations. I'm an assistant director. I do locations. I do set design. I can do some fixing if guided by him. Of course, I can do some fixing. Yeah. Okay. Sound? Not sound.
Sound fixing?
No, fixing like when jobs come down to Uganda, like when then you fix for them, you make things happen. You get them local crew, you get them local service providers. Everything gave you. My Uganda.
Okay. Your Uganda is not Ugandering, but it is okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So Okola movie, I can imagine obudde bwe mutwala. Movie wait 90 minutes.
Takes a while.
I can imagine the struggle and effort and resources you must take for us to enjoy the 90 minutes.
It's really a lot of work. Yeah.
From sourcing the characters themselves.
Yeah, from the funding initially stages of production, then you start to look for. Once you have the money to shoot, you have to have the pre-production. You have to have.
So single goal is the money must be there.
Because if the money is not there, then you can't do anything. You can't hire the actors, you can't hire the crew, you can't hire the locations, you can't hire equipment, you can't do anything. So yeah.
Yeah. So your dad is now a full director. Akola movies. The big one is which one?
He has done a couple of films. Emboozi.
Ngasi Azanya, Ngane was fully directed by him.
Oh no. I don't think he has done it.
Well, he's hired, now jumping onto.
He has been into producing, but not directing. I've not seen him direct, although he has done it before, but I've not seen him direct. But he has produced. He has fixed for all these films. Worked with all these big time actors. So me, I just look at him and say, Sebo, I'm coming for you and I'm going to.
Yeah. And then your mom, what has been her role in this, your acting?
My mom is, she's Anne Wawuyo. She's been very supportive.
Is she also into
acting and stuff? No, my mom was a chef. Is a chef. I tell you.
From way back.
From way back. And because of that, all of us learned how to cook. There was no such thing as the boys should not cook or whatever. I cooked. We were many in the house. We're 12, but you know.
Which is your best meal?
Ne cow.
Madam tugamba omanya okufumba chai n'okuteka mu flaska.
N'okuteka mu flaska.
Muchere ne cow.
Yeah, properly done peas, because peas can be very.
Peas.
Can be very. Yeah, properly done peas and vegetable rice. Properly, yeah. That's my favorite.
Okay.
So yeah, we all learned how to cook. She was now the disciplinarian of Mpisa. Even my dad, but she was one who was focused on now like onabye.
What onabye ngaita daddy takes action.
Yeah, and for her she's a munyole.
Okay.
Yeah, so she would speak to us in her language when she's being very.
When she's mad.
When she's mad, yeah, that's the right word. So. MP, just some small slaps a bit.
Daddy where chiboko, opposite of my house.
Yeah.
Mommy was the chiboko one, daddy was the MP.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, bali opposite. Nyenga daddy amanyi nayo kabanga batukubye emiggo eminene. Mama wange yali mukambwe omukyalo oyo. Oba kukubye ku mutwe oba ku matu gwomanyi. Nga kusabudde.
Me, my mom, she was just very stern when she would tell you something. You know, all those things that boys like don't want to do when they're young. Yeah, I received a lot.
Kyekyasinganga kukutawanya growing up?
Kulimba.
Mukujju.
Growing up, especially as a child, I told lots of white lies. You know, it's not necessary at all. And even up to now, I don't like telling white lies because I remember Mr. Wawuyo's disappointment and my mother's disappointment and these silly white lies you tell as a child. You know, you have homework. No, they told us we'll get those things, those white lies. And then my cousins, I grew up in cousins, they were my first friends. My cousins told me, keep telling me, do you know why you're in films? Because you began as a lie. I said, come on, you guys, come on. No, but really, I am so glad that because it can sprout into something very serious in your adulthood. So I'm so glad that was capped down by my dad when growing up, because he was a disciplinarian at the same time also a very happy-go-lucky man. So he was extremes of both for me. Yeah. Okay.
What character single kunyumira? You were single kwagala kuzanya. Which has been the hardest?
The hardest so far recently. Before it was, I thought it was funeral scene.
Air cancer.
But yeah, air cancer. But why it's not the hardest? Because I forgot one simple thing. I forgot the voice. Voice in acting is very important. Your voice. How does your voice? Your voice brings out certain kinds of emotions, different kinds of emotions. So if your voice is, and I was playing a sick stage 4 cancer patient, and this voice is not coming out. So I felt like I'd failed on that one. However, 16 rounds. Lukman Ali, what this role nga yali PTSD ngandi ex-soldier, and I'm suffering from PTSD, that is post-stress traumatic disorder, and I have this struggling marriage I want to get rid of, and my wife, played by a very, very good friend of mine, Natasha Sinayope. So why it was hard, it was the whole understanding my character's 360.
360.
Yeah, who he is, defining him as a human being, and having that you know that.
Is that you? Oh no, that's Lukman.
That's me.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I know, it's 16 rounds, so it was a very hard character for me to play, because I had to execute and know what really PTSD soldiers go through, what it really entails, why I want to get rid of this marriage. We had to come up with all these backstories to give my marriage
So that doesn't look like you.
Yeah, that's really what I like. Challenges that, you know, you do roles that make you look different. I don't want to look Michael. I don't want to have the same Brother John look in every film that I do. So kind of
what they did was cut off your hair?
Yeah, I cut off my hair.
I lost weight. Mustache?
Yeah, I cut off my hair. I lost weight. I did the mustache. My eyes, nothing. Those are my eyes. Yeah, it was one of those movies that just had me to dig in. You had to either go hard or go home. Yeah, and Lukman was very helpful in that process. As our director, as our visionary, he was very helpful in that process.
So you were single pulling off that character.
Yeah,
very hard, but
it was very hard, yes, because I think I was scared also. And normally when I get cold feet about a character, because it's scaring me. You know, when I get scared about something, I ask myself, can I do this really? Michael, can you really do this? So yeah, I worked as hard as I could on that character.
Okay, that is 16 rounds?
Yeah.
Okay. Rounds bali bategeza zache zemundu mizinga.
Zemundu rounds and that sizitegeta about 16 rounds.
Okay. Nange sizitegera endala. So how many movies have you acted in with your dad? Nemwesanga ku same set. Ndabye mu yellow jump.
Yeah, the Yellow Jump. We have done a couple of productions together, both locally and internationally. However, but acting-wise, not too many. We have not had very many collaborations as actors together. if we could happen to be on the same set as actors, but our characters don't necessarily have to meet. But there was Yellow Jumper. There's a film that's about to come out, Kafako.
Kafako.
Yeah, Kafako.
Kafako, as in K-A-F-A-K-O.
K-A-F-A-C-O-H.
Kafako.
Yeah, it's a fictitious satire, political satire. It's a fictitious political satire about a fictitious land.
That is still Lukman?
No, that is Gilbert Lukalia. He's a Kenyan director. And Doreen Mirembe, she was the Ugandan actress, Doreen Mirembe. Yalimu deception, Yalimu Pinji, Doreen Mirembe. Mwedu but. Okay. Yeah, so that's their films. That's one of the movies I've acted with my dad, and as actors and our
characters met.
Yeah, Yellow Jumper.
Yeah, you Kafako.
Yellow Jumper.
Kafako.
Yeah.
Okuzanya movie. What about tension yamanyi? The preparation put in it? Yes,
depending on how serious you take your craft. On your film, depending on how seriously you take your craft, there's a lot of preparation put into it. Yeah.
Okay, before even the D-Day, I can imagine you come, sit there, until it is time for you now to get on set.
Yeah, and then you can leave that other character that you're not. So it's a lot of work. You have to understand what kind of character you're playing. You have to, and that entails you to do your research. And what research? Get into all these things and understand what you're playing. I'm repeating that, but basically,
research is done by you.
By you, the actor, because me, the best directors I've worked with don't spoon feed. Until now, this character is like this and like this. No. They'll give the character, give you the blueprint of the character.
This is what we expect from you.
Yeah, they'll give you the blueprint of him. And then it's also it's maturity for us as performers to go and add to what the script, what we call the blueprint has relayed to us. So it's acting growth if you do your research, and it's professionalism as well.
You look like a shy guy.
Me?
So how was it like day one shooting these whole things?
I think the shyness is a facade, really. It's just like something I wear. But yeah, but because I think it's the reverse, because I like to do these different characters that are not me, and that's where my boldness comes. So the shyness
is the real you.
It's the real me. Yeah.
Because you take your work seriously. Shyness, please, can you take a seat? I'll come and pick you back after this.
We shall talk later.
Please,
yeah.
You bribe her.
Yeah.
So your mom, how is her condition now?
My mom, she's getting better, slowly. She's a sickler. She's got sickle cell, and of course, being sickle cell, you live with this all your life. And of course, it has a toll it takes on the family, those that are taking care of her. But she's been around loving people. She's been around supportive sisters, supportive brothers, supportive, very supportive husband, very supportive sisters and brothers and children. Some of us. Because I am not the only one, but yeah, she has been battling it for a while. And one of the reasons I wanted to speak about my mom is to be vocal about sickle cell. Sickle cell, many people just go and they start to focus on their HIV status and all these other things, but there are these non-communicable diseases which are still very deadly.
Very dangerous.
Very, very dangerous. I don't know how many people out there go and know, and know if you're a carrier of this disease or not. I don't know how many do that. Personally, I'm a carrier, so there's no way I would marry a carrier. That is very good recipe. Yes, that's a very good recipe of having sickler children. And why bring children on this earth to
suffer? To suffer.
Why? So, yeah.
Do you have sicklers for siblings?
No, for siblings I don't have sicklers for siblings. Just have a cousin who's a sickler as well. But as you can see, it's genetical, and if this is not institutionalized, whereby even in the churches it's mandatory. It's mandatory
for the couple to check.
Yeah, to check and see that sickle cell is real. You can both be you can both be a carrier and carriers and you don't know. Once upon a time in my life, I almost dated a carrier just because obutamanya, you get, and that's no excuse.
So how did you know?
My parents
opened up?
No, my parents, and even her, she was a carrier. How? Because I was seeing her sister was a sickler as well, and my parents kept, telling me, this is a sickler in that family as well. But for us, we're in love. But at the end of the day, I was schooled properly about it. My dad sat me down. I know this boo puppy, this love of growing up or a long time ago. My dad sat me down and literally explained to me my situation, my mother's situation, because I never used to understand it. Gasibi take it out. See, Mama, she goes to my auntie's for a bit, she goes here for a bit, Nakoma, she goes to W. I never really understood it. But I just know she's sick, but Sibi take it. So I had to have that conversation with him, and it came to light that I'm a carrier, and I understood it.
What it meant.
Yeah, what it means to be a carrier, and how careful you must be, and how all these things need to be institutionalized. Seriously, if we don't have people knowing about their, non-communicable disease statuses like this one, to be had for us to curb this down or reduce its continuity.
So that we're going now, no gaba babe, see you when I see you.
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah, because even her, I mean, why should you fight about it? Because even her sister is a sickler.
So you confirm.
We didn't have to check.
Counselor, for the good of our future children.
Please, it would be best that you. And yeah, and me being very young, her being very young, yeah, of course, you move on with life. So yeah, watching my mom has been one of my biggest inspirations. I don't know if she's watching, but watching her battle through this.
She's a fighter, because
she is a fighter.
Yeah. A sickler.
Yes. Yes.
They don't get the opportunity to go that fine life.
And that's why I would have loved her to also, be to speak about this. That's why I'm speaking about this, to let people know it's not a death sentence. People just need sicklers parents that are struggling with kids who have sicklers should understand that. Just understand your child's trigger factors. Let the child live right. Let the child drink on time. Drink so much water. So all those things.
Now we're researching about it.
Because I mean, it directly affects me. Understand? So it affects me, so that is one thing you're very cautious about. Very cautious.
Dating. Are you married?
I'm not married yet. No, I'm not married. Married.
But you're dating.
I'm not dating. I'm not confirmed that also. Not confirmed that. Yeah.
So Wango Ronya been to be mugendo for an HIV test.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, mine has to be that. Mine has to be there.
So why would a very handsome young man like you, a star, moreover, not have a girlfriend? Katindi senga when ndabanga senga tola Farida. mwana wange tukole tutya kyekiganye ndeete bakutama abakazi balya nnyo.
I don't really have enough
time. Yeah, man. Yeah, no time.
A lot to say about that. Yeah, but yeah. So her situation. I will get there. I will get there. So her situation has also affected. It was so bad that I was one time it affected my baby sister. I've got a baby sister who comes after me. Call her baby, but she's not so baby. She's a big girl like this.
She remains a baby. Mommy's like baby, daddy's baby, your baby sister. Last born and Chitakula.
Yeah. So
affected her how?
Oxygen to her brain. So it made it affected the part that her IQ.
Oh.
So she was born with some bit of she was mentally challenged. She is mentally challenged because of my mom's crisis at the time when she was giving birth to.
Oh dear.
So there was that oxygen strangulation to the brain. My mom got tired. So these are things for me that I feel could be vocal about. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I hope she's managing.
No, she is managing. She is managing, and me, I encourage people. If you're out there, you should go and get yourself tested for.
And it doesn't take long.
It doesn't take long. It doesn't take much from you. It doesn't take long. It saves you actually.
You don't even have to wait to get a partner to do that.
Yep.
Just walk into a hospital, get tested to be sure you're free of sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell, yeah, that one. So that wofunira partner nga naye waba yekebeza good. Waba tanaba ka naye yekebeza nga kigwa. Sickle cell akwata abaana if both partners balina mu that ka thing. Ombwa abaina kiba techi affecting abaana, right?
Yeah, because now for us in our case my mom has.
Daddy's a carrier?
No, daddy's not a carrier.
Not. Oh.
What day.
That's why I think you don't have sicklers.
Yeah, we don't have sicklers directly now, but being a carrier is there, and that's where it starts from.
So kati another carrier, mugenda kuzala ba sicklers and carriers.
Definitely.
Okay, we're taking a break. To come out, please don't go away.
What? Nothing. Good. That's how it's supposed to be. Something other we corrupt their minds. Yep. To be stabbing. Okay, so seeing as there's no one behind me, I am guessing that statement was directed towards me, right?
Yes, it was.
And something tells me that this is the part where you start lecturing continuously. Am I right?
Yes, you're right.
So let me just save you the burden and motivate you. Preach, Brother John, preach. Give me the gospel. Give me the full gospel and I translate it to now for you. So that you may go to
listen, you may think it's funny mocking and all, but that fine piece of artistry, as they call it, is dangerous for your health.
Yes, it is. Okay, let me just ask a simple question. Are these not God's creations? Are these machines in the picture?
What's your point?
You see, me admiring this is an appreciation of God's artistry and hard work. Yes.
But God didn't create women to be idolized.
What?
God didn't create women to be idolized. You know that, right?
What is your opinion?
Everybody knows that.
Clearly. It's coming.
It's sinful and godly is not.
Hi. I'm okay. How are you?
Woman, don't you like being idolized?
Sorry?
Or don't?
Go on. Odoch, I'm going shopping, but Hope is not feeling well, so she's resting.
Okay. Oh, wait. What's wrong with Hope?
Yeah, you should know better than asking me that question. So, anyway, could you check on her for me?
Yeah, sure. No problem. I'll swim there and check on her and see what's up.
Thanks.
Cool.
Alright, see you later.
I'm shopping.
Thanks.
Bring your sweet.
I'll try.
What was that?
What?
That attitude or whatever she displayed here.
Now your feelings are hurt.
Yes, as in, why would she ask you to take care of Hope other than me? Why?
Okay, John, let's just say you should start working on your bilateral relationships with our neighbors. It would help a lot. And lose the shirt. I think it hurt Annette's feelings.
It does?
Yeah, that whole gravy shape at the front is...
Oh, that's okay.
I'm just saying it does. John, you're going to love this place.
That you don't understand and you never will.
Understand? When I flew all the way to Zanzibar to take you back home, and I left you there because you convinced me you were in love, was I understanding then?
There's a lot happening and a lot that you don't know about.
When did you come back? And where have you been staying?
It doesn't matter, I am well.
It doesn't matter, you're insane! After all the shame you've dragged the family through.
You keep blaming me, Dad. That's why I'm really glad I kept away.
No daughter of mine is going to behave recklessly and expect no consequences. After what you did to your mother.
What I did to my mom? Dad, what have you not done to Mom?
Okay, taken from the hostel way back. How many years ago? 10?
That particular season is 10 is
like 8 years ago.
No, it's like actually 11 years ago.
I used to love the hostel.
11 years ago.
Yeah, where he acted as Brother John, and he would tease you a lot. Bowalinga tuka earrings ngobera ku TV, where you were the type that hides.
I would. Yeah.
You hide, even me, I don't want to watch myself.
I would be like, yeah. But now you how you watch yourself, because now it's always live. So how you can. Oh yeah.
Like, when, for example, they play a repeat or you hear somebody play your voice, you're like, can you please keep it low? Don't distract me. Even on YouTube. I think I need to start watching myself and see my mistakes and improve.
You actually have no mistakes almost.
Oh, please.
Almost.
So you would hide?
Me, I'd hide. Yeah, I would really hide because I was shy.
Kunanagira. Wow. So your kunanagira there was natural. Me. Character.
It was me. Me. I come from a long line of stammerers, of bananists. My dad's brothers, my dad himself, especially in at the time in hostel, I didn't know how to curb it down while speaking English. Now, the more I got better at the more I had more experience in acting. And now I'm seeing, you want to see if he's going to stammer. Yeah, when you see my stammer, I'm seeing if I'm going to. So anyway, it was for acting. Yeah.
Your character.
I remember I was so disturbed by it. Sometime I called him. I said, "But why do I stammer?" I called him. I was so disturbed.
Calling your dad? Yeah,
I was so disturbed. I was shooting something, and my character. I've got issues with W.
There in the hostel?
Yeah, hostel. I've got issues with W, L, S, T. You know those letters. So these people, the writers, write a script, and my dialogue had "where were you when we were," you know. And at the time, I didn't have the knowledge that you can actually ask some of those words be paraphrased, and they're rewritten in Mungerijo Soba Okukolache. So I got to that whole.
No, take 50.
Where were you? When?
Don't stop. Please go.
Cut.
First go
back to one. Michael, take a breather, relax.
But they knew. They knew
because they worked with me, and they used to laugh. And I loved those guys for one thing, because they would make me feel very calm about it. My family started that whole making me feel calm about it. They were laughing at me. You know, they would laugh at me, they would make fun of me.
So they're laughing at Tekunyiza?
No, because in my head, if my dad is telling me I'm cool. My mom is laughing at me. My dad is laughing at me. My siblings are laughing at me. So why? So if you laugh at me, why would I feel bad about it? If my own family finds it funny and we are so many who stammer.
Even your siblings?
No, just my uncles, my dad's brothers, my dad himself, myself, some of my uncle's children as well. So it's a long line like this of banana gizi.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're acting, learning how to speak slower, learning how to talk say your words calmer helped me. Because I used to ask him, how do you?
So call wamukubira n'omugaa daddy. Chichi kino kye mwankola.
Hey, what's this kind of? Gandi munyivu, by the way. Gandi munyivu, I couldn't understand. I'm delaying the set.
Young man, please calm down. So what do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do? He said, you stammer and that is you. Okay? Those people had better accept you the way you are. Your grandfather stammered, I stammer, your uncle stammer, so
your kids are going to stammer.
Your kids are going to stammer, so really. So it's not a handicap. He made me understand right from childhood that my family made me get very comfortable with it. So right now I can stammer for you here for a day word, and we can laugh about it together. But some people who have my same kind of issue would get annoyed if you laughed at them, because it's not a handicap at all. It's just speech.
I know what was stammering. You should listen to my cousin. I have a cousin who stammers. In that all right. If you have 10 minutes on you, it's about 32. So yours is not even such a big issue.
You don't know. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
So waberanga in situations where you sit before the mirror, not rehearsing, okay. Especially when you're going to audition. Did it in any way affect your performance at auditions?
Yes. It affected my confidence. It affected my. Of course, I didn't like acting. Maybe I didn't like stammering while acting.
You didn't like?
Because my character in my head does not stammer. So why am I?
Even in real life?
No, like my character.
In your character in real life?
Yeah, like in the role does not stammer. So why should I stammer as a character? So I didn't like it very much. But as me in my real life, while we laugh about it, it's fine. My family was just always laughing at me when I stammered. So nachimanyira. But when it came to acting and performance, I never liked having a stammering attribute towards it. I felt like I'm wasting people's time. I felt like I am not doing a very good job. Like so many things were running through my head at the time. But I had to understand, you calm down, because I would stammer, Farida. And I personally, as me, I still stammer. But I would stammer. And yeah, now we're okay.
Ndoza watukanga ku audition, oli mu line, nekugamba banonye ali in charge mugambirewo, when my turn comes, please know that I stammer. Because more auditions bakuwa budakika butono.
Yeah.
So katogeno kama ngera kutuka first I'm nervous. I badly need this.
When you're nervous.
I badly need this role. Kataten stammering. So you would tell them earlier on, I will stammer, please understand that I can do better when given time.
Those who gave me the platform too, but some would just say, let's
I don't know some wagamba budde baffe, then obwongo nga bulyoka bwongera okufuuka nervous onyiiga ng'ovaawo.
Sekunyiga, me, I was not the kind of stammerer. Me, I would just be even more nervous. I'd become more anxious. They haven't given me time. I get there and I could get all my words.
Wano mzee we yakubiranga kiboko ngoli muto. Ndabikira okuba watukanga noga katwana sina kyakwogera kana nagire paka ngamba get out of my sight.
And it was funny when he was gaining, he was stammering for me. I was stammering for him. Daddy, sorry. Daddy, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, man. So it was one of those. It was one of those. We'd be stammering for ourselves there in the house, and it was funny. I had a cousin brother I grew up with as well, Douglas Wawuyo. Rest in peace. So he was also one of the stammers as well, and we were like monkeys. You see these monkeys that have a red behind. If one has a red behind, laughs at his friend. So it was,
Those are
the baboons.
the baboons,
those
yeah.
Baboons. Have a red behind, stands up, and laughs at his friend. Could be not knowing it, even him, he has it.
So he would laugh at you so hard.
All the time. Yet if he was the number one Munanagas in the house. But
Your
he'd be
brother.
Yeah, he'd be
So you're now
laughing.
3 of you. He died.
Yes, for him he died. For him he died. We grew up with him. We whatever. But he died.
What happened? Fell sick?
He just got sick. He got sick, and he died.
Sorry.
However, we were stammering together in the house, and he was always laughing at me. He was always, we were always laughing at each other. And Muse would say, you boys are like baboons. One has a red bum, another has a red bum, and this one laughs at his friend's red bum, but you all have the same red. Yeah.
Okay, so wakulola banyo movies.
Yeah.
Nyo.
No, I was both movies and music. I was a big time fan of Michael Jackson, and movies as well. So movies, I loved them, but because they had too much Luzungu and story okujitegera at the time as a kid, understanding some stories were too complex. We stuck to the childish films. Baby's Day Out, Wichi.
Okay. Kati daddy.
Terminator, Rambo, ezo.
Daddy yaku inspiring.
Yeah.
Into acting.
Without knowing it.
Him or you?
Him. He inspired me without knowing it. But he didn't know he's inspiring me.
He didn't know.
He didn't know that he's inspiring me. He just.
Who do you look up to apart from daddy in the movie industry here and there?
Here, there's a gentleman called Charles Mulekwa. He's we at home, doctor. Huh? He'll kill me if I don't add the word doctor. He's Dr. Charles Mulekwa. He's a certified film professional. He's a writer, he's a director, he's a fantastic actor. And me and his daughter grew up just watching him and my dad, do what they do. And for me, I was very inspired by him.
Is he family too?
Yes, his family. His family.
He's your uncle?
Yes.
Okay.
But he encourages us to call him Big Brother. But he's my uncle. Yeah. But yeah, Dr. Charles Mulekwa, I have got lots of respect for him and the kind of knowledge he has about the craft. He's studied. He's got a PhD in film. So oftentimes when we have a minute or two to share, we bounce off the kind of knowledge I learn from him. Yeah.
That name has been around for quite some time.
Yeah.
Charles Mulekwa. Yazanya nyo ni drama on stage. Dr. Charles. Yazanya nyo ni drama on stage.
Yes. Growing up, there was a team. He had this team with my dad called the Team Line. So Team Line was an acting group. They would have all these English plays. They would do set pieces. They would travel to schools. And as a child, me seeing that stuff was all. That's where all that was where I derived my inspiration from. Because I would be told to sit there, keep quiet, and and then Charles and Doctor and my dad and Irene Kulabako and Aunt Jewa. We call her Aunt Jewa. I watched those people growing up, and they fascinated me. They blew me away. It was my first form of training. Yeah.
Wakuliramu kintu.
Yeah.
Kyalina okubeeramu whether you like it or not. Are there any of your siblings kuliko naye yalimu acting?
Yes, my eldest sister Anna, she studied acting. She's in the UK right now. Yes, I'm up. But I'm not so sure if she's very active into filming right now. But she's a filmmaker. That's what she studied.
You're behind the scenes.
Both.
Behind the camera.
Actress and behind. She began from here. Yazanya Nemze Center for. I don't know if you heard of Center for.
I've heard that word, but I didn't watch it. Center for.
It was early 2000s. early to 2001 or whatever.
More Hollywood, who is your favorite?
Hollywood, I've always looked up at these old favorites of mine. There's Leonardo DiCaprio, or Titanic. Leonardo, Denzel Washington. Yeah.
So that's where you get that chi voice. Did you train for that chi voice? It was Molikola.
No.
Work on it. Because it's important.
Yeah, I do voice act. I do voice training and voice acting as well. It helps to work on your voice as a performer. It's because, like I mentioned earlier in the interview, the voice is very key in performing. However, my voice is it's not because
you're a comedian.
No. It was more of just literally understanding how to channel it when it comes to performing, vocal practice, things like that.
How do you practice?
There are vocal muscle trainings that you can do, especially when you're going to perform, that stretch your vocal cords, that enable you to be more. There's the kulekana, and then there's this thing saying willy wala wala every morning, and then there are certain things to say, like riddles that help.
Willy wala.
Yeah, willy wala wala, willy wala wala. But then you say it loud, and it
stretches.
Yeah, it stretches your vocal cords.
Okay.
Yeah, it helps you with performance and stuff like that.
Okay. What is your favorite movie? You haven't acted in it? You didn't act in it, but you watched it. You watch it over and over and over.
There's a movie called The Great Debaters. The Great Debaters with Denzel Washington, produced by Oprah Winfrey. It's not by my favorite actor, but I mean, I love Denzel Washington still, so the story was nice. It was one of those films that inspire you.
They were debating?
Yeah, they were about a debaters club that was, and Forrest Gump. Whoo, Forrest Gump. Yeah, Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump.
Oh, you had Duke MC.
Yeah, Duke MC. Yeah, so it was one of those.
But I don't find Forrest Gump interesting.
Really? But yeah.
Maybe I nagira ntambula nga sipei attention.
No, what do tambula? Sit down and watch Forrest Gump. It's a very brilliant film. Like, it was very properly acted, very properly written,
because I just love love stories more.
It is a love story.
Sajifako. Mulabanga go mulal.
Yeah.
Is he mentally unwell?
He was mentally unwell in the film, but he's a very normal guy.
And I think that's why I didn't pay much attention. And let me not waste these many minutes. But I had a lot of talk around it.
Yeah, it's a very brilliant
and still didn't pay much attention to it. Okay, so if given chance, would you give singing another chance? Hey, tutandike nawo kubuukinga ku concert n'embaga. Ojja tuyimbe kuba ndabye akayimbako mu break. Ice cream.
Oh yes, ice cream.
You weren't doing bad. You just didn't give it more time.
Yeah, I you know, because I'm conflicted with that decision. Because I know for a fact when they call people who can sing, I should not be in the line. I should not be in the line. They should be in the more skill, yeah, which nakiriza. And I think that's what.
Omanyi mutuyina abantu abatalina kuba mu line nga webali.
Nga webali.
Era bayimba they're earning from it.
Atemba.
Bachega.
Bamanyi. Bamanyi. Ndekande. Sigana soba book.
Atandika kutta weekend z'abantu.
Yeah. So
you wouldn't give it another chance.
I really wouldn't, but I write though.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've written songs like?
Yeah, I write in my free time. You just haven't seen the light of day, but I do write. And
you write and keep them, shelve them.
The plan is to work with some artists that, you know, we can do something with, do a movie and do a soundtrack for, and yeah.
So we are no send. Where's we are no send? Because but it's movies where you shoot forever.
Yeah.
When you get them studio, you're a good writer.
But also understanding really what you're called to do, what you're meant to do.
Or you just don't want to be everywhere.
Yeah, I just don't want to have, you know, trying to be. I'm not that 22-year-old who anymore who thought he would be a triple threat. Sing, dance, act. Sing, dance, act. Yeah, sing, dance, act. I can. You can do it, but I want to focus on something, and that is a film perspective of things, both behind the camera as a producer or whatever it is, and in front of the camera as an actor.
Okay, what's your dream? Biggest dream in film?
Owning my own production house and like big time production, high quality level house where we channel, and it's not a film. I'm actually working towards it on baby steps.
Okay.
Where you have all these productions churned out and people are earning from them. It's helping change the narrative in the industry that people cannot earn from film, when people really can earn from film. And it's just us Ugandans at Tanakizula. Is that the right way to say? Thank you. So we haven't quite grasped the business perspective of things in film, and that's what's keeping us as an industry and stagnant and slow growth and things like that. However, my dream, which I'm working on as I speak, is to have the production house, and I'm already working with the senior man in regards to that, and just fun films. Want to make, you know, want people's films to trickle down into money into their pocket, monetize their films. Many filmmakers have their films and they're all over the place, and they're just like armpit films. So we want to change that narrative. And it starts with, you know, just doing a couple of things by yourself, gathering the numbers, and yeah.
Not easy though.
It's not easy. It's never been easy. And I want to tell stories that that impact lives, like telling stories, dramatizing sickle cell stories, dramatizing mental health stories. Just really, because mental health is a big deal.
Very, and it's going to be even bigger than it is now with time.
Yeah. So just doing films from my umbrella house that tackles those kind of stories that will impact lives really is what I am on about now, working on now. Okay,
I had you and your dad are organizing a run or something?
A walk, and yeah, we're organizing a walk. It's an awareness walk. Not a charity walk. Don't want money. It's an awareness walk of people like my kid sister. She's Melinda Nekesa Wawuyo, and she's autistic. So we want to create that awareness of people like her. You know, we want to beat the drum and walk from Mbale.
From Mbale to Kampala.
To Kampala National Theatre here, down here. Yeah.
The two of you.
Two of us, and anybody who would be willing to join us and be a part of it and be a part of that experience.
So along the way,
we'll stop in some places and, you know, find out and identify which children are like my sister and how, you know, how they can be helped, drop them some things, basically have some news, follow us and things like that, just to run and create awareness that these people, let me tell you something, Farida, people with mental retardation are in very big danger because they can't help themselves. You can help yourself, I can help myself. But people like my sister cannot help themselves. And for me, I feel like that is very scary to know that as a parent, even as a parent, to know that your child is going to grow up and he cannot help himself. What if you're not there anymore? Can you care? Can you trust the people you will live with your child? They'll not understand her. So you can be crippled. You can be having polio, you can be having all these things, which is not nice as well, but you've got your brains to understand and think for yourself. You can make some money for yourself. people with mental retardation cannot. And that is scary. And we don't have very many systems in place
to help. Actually, parents with people such conditions like autism, cerebral palsy are always reaching out. Where can I take?
Where can I go? Where can I go?
Yeah, wherever you go, bagamba to Sobola, we are limited.
Yeah.
No resources, not nothing.
Yeah.
Even people to handle such cases. But on you. Yeah. When is that? The walk?
It's in sometime in October.
Okay.
Yeah.
Towards independence?
Towards independence, yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's it for today. Michael Wawuyo Jr. He's an actor. You can go check him out on
Twitter, Facebook.
You use YouTube, Michael Wawuyo Jr.
Michael Wawuyo Jr.
Everywhere. YouTube.
Everywhere,
movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
On YouTube.
All right. We'll see you again on Monday. God bless you. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye.